Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Books Nelson here, and I wanted to discuss today's drop and see how good these cards are, particularly outside of Shaq. To keep this video from being 20 hours long, we're just going to talk about the Wild West packs, and I will talk about the Season Pass cards at another time. Maybe make a video later today talking about those. But as a sneak preview, I do think that Zion and Harden look pretty good. So getting right to it, Leonard Miller. So the trend with a lot of these cards is all of their releases are on normal, it looks like. So that's, there's that. He's got some good things going for him in terms of, he's got LeBron James's crossover, which isn't terrible, but honestly, this card is nothing special. He's just an amethyst, more so a filler card. He's probably pretty good depending on how good his release is, but you guys can see the stats. Nothing really to talk about with Leonard Miller. Jose Alvarado, he's a 6-foot amethyst. I'm not even going to waste you guys' time. And he has basic dribble style. Terrible filler card. They should be ashamed of themselves. I hate when they put in a card that's just like, I got this card out of packs and I'm angry. Like, at least have the card be fun. It doesn't have to be meta, but at least have him be fun. All right, so Terry Cummings, 6'9", small forward, good size on the card, decent shooting stats, a little slow to be competitive. Missing some key badges, no Agent 3 and that kind of stuff. So clearly not a great card, but maybe he'll be useful in salary cap at some point. Pro dribble style, just actually really good. Pro dribble style LeBron crossover. Depending on how good this card's releases, I'm not familiar with the Thomas Bryant base. I'll say this card is actually could be really useful in salary cap. A lot of people don't look at cards for their use in salary cap, but I have friends who really love that mode. And with, Shaq and Kareem running around, I think a lot of guys might start running to that mode as a sanctuary to not have to deal with that stuff. And I think, when Terry Cummings is cheap on the salary cap, look out for this guy to maybe be a sleeper if you like that release. Marcus Camby, here in the Nuggets uniform, but also Knicks legend. I don't know how Marcus's release is. Jalen Smith, Patrick Ewing upper, not super great, can't dribble at all. Let's look at the attributes here. I don't need to tell you guys what are good attributes and bad attributes, but I will say the 95 driving dunk is fairly exceptional, but he doesn't have good dunk packages, which hurts it a lot. What's his standing dunk? 95 standing dunk's also really good. No shooting badges at all whatsoever, but he can get everything. If this card has a really good release, he could be kind of a sleeper budget big. Another one that if he comes down low in salary cap might be really good, but not a super great card on the overall. LaMarcus Aldridge, same shot. Quite frankly, I just don't think Aldridge's shot is good enough to justify playing him as a pink diamond. Like, I can think of 10 pink diamond power forwards off the top of my head that are way better than this card. He has some dribble sigs in his favor, but let's look at his badges here. The thing about it is, if you have dribble sigs but you don't have handles for days, it doesn't really matter. I don't think he's really moving on anybody. I mean, the KD escape is actually really good. The Joel Embiid dribble style, not great. Not a great crossover. Moving behind the back, not super great. Yeah, he's alright. He's a mixed bag of nothing. I wouldn't put too much into the card. I think some people would like the card. He'll be serviceable, but if you're playing this card over E or Anthony Davis, I don't know. 93 pointer, which is great. So he's probably decent for a catch and shoot guy. Maybe play some defense, a big body at the 4. But not something you should be excited about. Vlade Divac, sorry, I'm not really going order of like card tier. Same thing as Aldridge. He cool, 67 speed. Who's playing a card with a 67 speed? Like, who's doing that? What's Aldridge's speed? 84 speed, much better. Divac, 67 speed. He never sees the floor. Not gonna waste time on him. Marcus Smart, I actually think outside of the fact that his release is on normal, which on a point guard is not great, Marcus Smart has a lot of things going for him. And let's talk about that a little bit. So Trae Young dribble style, not elite, not horrible. Combo moves Kevin Durant, that's okay. But the main thing is the John Wall moving crossover and the John Wall moving step back are both absolutely top of the charts meta dribbles that you can definitely build an entire dribble style around. Pro escape, not elite, but you can definitely work with it. Normal leaner, also good, which is a real shame that his release timing is not on quick. If this card's release timing was on quick, I think we would be definitely looking at one of the better two-way point guards, and we might still be. I think I'm definitely a firm believer that you got to play with the cards to see how they feel. You can't tell how good a card is just by looking at 2KDB and trust that information entirely. He can get every shooting badge, which he looks like he can get every badge, which is great. Does he have immovable? He does not have a movable enforcer, which is unfortunate, because as a small guard, that would have really sent him over the edge. But I gotta say, 94 speed, some really good SIGs. If I pulled this Marcus Smart card, I'd try the card out. To be honest with you, I would definitely try this card out, because you know the defense is probably going to be elite. 6'4", 6'8" wingspan. I kind of like this Marcus Smart. Little surprised at how good the Marcus Smart is. And normal 2 hop jumper, also very, very good hop jumper. I actually use this hop jumper in my career, and it's very, very good. It works in every direction. One of the few hop jumpers that does that. So yeah, this Marcus Smart card might be a sleeper. Got to get my hands on him, but I'm kind of excited about that one. Gordon Hayward, we're going to go straight to the SIGs here, because he is at a very, very stacked position. He has shooting guard eligibility, which is fantastic. Pro dribble style, which, don't let Ty Debo lie to you guys, pro dribble style is fantastic. There are tutorials out there for it, but if you want it from a MyTeam context, I'll do a pro dribble tutorial. I'll probably do it with the Jokic guide, but yeah, that pro dribble style is excellent. Chris Paul escape is okay. You know, Giannis moving cross, not great. Normal behind the back, not great. So the rest of his SIGs kind of fall apart outside of pro dribble style. So I wouldn't put him as elite, especially with a release on normal. I do like normal leaner. That's awesome. Normal 2 hop jumper, another guy with that hop jumper on normal 2. This looks like a pretty good card. I think it depends on the release. I got to see his release at normal timing, because the timing itself isn't what's important. It's the overall timing of the release, right? And some cards, like Kobe, who we'll get to, their shot is completely fine on normal release. Some cards desperately need their shot to be sped up from their normal release. I don't know which one he is in that group, but if his release is fast enough to get off, I think the card's pretty good. He's not bad. I think he's in that. Let's see, what are his dunking animations? He's got back scratchers off 1. It should be fast, but it can get blocked. Hangs off 1, which is really good. And what's his driving dunk? 85 driving dunk. So if you have an 85 driving dunk card, I highly recommend putting dunking on the shoe, because from 85 to 90 really expands your stick dunking window and dramatically changes how a card plays. You're gonna have to, let's look at the badges here. He's doing pretty good badge wise. Shooting badges are excellent. So if he has a really good release, this card could be pretty good. I'm kind of interested in Gordon Hayward, definitely. I'm trying to see. He does not have speed booster, so you'll have to give that to him. Absolutely have to give him speed booster. But outside of that, I would probably give him triple strike as well. Defensively, he's going to need that fast feet. He's going to need the rebound chaser if you're going to play him at the 3 especially. And going to the basket, he just needs too many badges for a card of this level. That's the main problem. Like, he can get virtually every badge that he needs. He has Precision Dunk, a Hall of Fame, which is even more important. So you get that dribble, you know, you put that dunk on the shoe. That Precision Dunker is going to definitely talk with this card with a couple of one-footed driving dunks on him. But yeah, I think the card just needs a few too many badges to really invest into him. He's another card that I would say going forward, if he's low on the salary cap, he can be an absolute demon if you do invest into the card and give him those badges he needs. But people always talk about a card if you badge him up. But the thing is, it's like, if you have to badge up every single card in your collection, you're just going to run out of badges, right? You only want to badge up the cards that are worth investing. Diamond LeBron was worth doing that, right? Kobe's worth doing that. Wemby was worth doing that, because you know those cards were really long term. But if a card's not long term, which Gordon Hayward definitely is not, unless you have excess badges, it's not really wise to invest into that card. But if you're a Gordon Hayward fan, Or if he pops up on salary cap and you're a big salary cap head and you want to use that card, I think he'd be pretty good. Michael Finley. So what scares me about Finley, I don't know his release this year, but that normal release timing, same thing. I got to see what that's all about. Basic leaner on a guard, interesting. Basic hop jumper, don't love it. Pro dribble style, love that. Pro escape, meh. Kobe moving crossover. Kobe's moving crossover is actually elite. Elite moving crossover. If he had a great moving step back, I think this card plays, but as it is, he's a 6'7" shooting guard, which is good. 94 three-pointer, which is good. Has every shooting badge that you need at a very high level, which is great. But at the end of the day, he doesn't quite have the SIGs, particularly like the leaner and all of that stuff. For me to be like really elite, I think I would have to play the card, but it looks like that Jason Richardson would be just as good as this card, the free Jason Richardson. So if you pull him, if you're a Mavericks fan, you know, have fun. But again, not a great card. Baron Davis. Okay, so Baron Davis has like elite stats: 97 speed, 91 three-point shot, 96 layup, 98 driving dunk. So we're gonna go right over to those dunking SIGs. Athletic one-handers off twos, okay. He has back scratching rim hangs. Again, it might give you long takeoffs, but the problem is it might also get you blocked. Now he's small and he's fast. So if you guys don't know, one of the quote unquote metas in, you know, rec and pro-am and stuff is having a small guard that has great driving dunk and great stick dunking. And the thing is, because they're so fast, you can activate it really quickly. It's very hard to get to them before they get to the you know, dunk animation. So these small slashers, if you play into that style, they can really work. But to play into that style, you also need the great SIGs. And that's where we come over here. Pro dribble style, absolutely fantastic. Baron Davis size up. I used the card before, to be totally honest with you guys. I do not remember how good his size up was, and size ups do matter, especially with pro dribble style. So real quick, if you have, this is one of the things that's really great about the Jokic card. And again, I'm kind of spoiling the tutorial that I'll probably do on him, but if you have a really good size up, comboing into the pro dribble style is really, really strong in this game. You can really quickly change direction, and you can change which direction you can go to. Like a lot of people go left, right. But with the good size up, you're moving the ball from left to right, which makes it hard for the defender to guess which way you're actually going to explode from. And if the Baron Davis size up is good, his size up with pro dribble style could be enough to really get the card to go. I got to look at the rest of these SIGs. These are some unpopular SIGs that I'm going to have to honestly do a real review on this card if I get him, to see how good he is, because he has potential. He's not, because he might be one of those cards, again, I'll bring up Jokic, that he doesn't fit the standard meta, but if you work with the card and you work around what he does well, you might find him to be elite in your hands, because you know how to lean into his strengths and lean away from his weaknesses. He has that Kyrie Irving moving step back, which for dribble heads can be useful. It's not as, you know, straightforward, powerful as like John Wall, but can definitely be useful. I know some people use that. Rashard Lewis, okay. This card might be fantastic. All right, so with the Galaxy Opal, I'm not going to spend too much time on the stats. You guys see the stats. The stats are amazing in virtually every category. 91 speed, which is not elite speed. It's good speed. 88 strength. I love the 88 strength on a small forward. That's fantastic. I definitely play this guy at the small forward for sure, as opposed to the power forward. 90 driving dunk, fantastic. You're getting an 85 standing dunk. So with this card, I'd put the shoe on standing dunk for the same reason. Get that good standing dunk meter. People in my team don't lean on standing dunks nearly as much as we do in Rec and Pro-Am, but it's just as good. It works the same across the entire game. Whether you're playing my NBA or my team, standing dunks are absolutely super strong. So when you have a card that has that high standing dunk, definitely want to use it. 91 speed with ball, 86 ball handle. All of that is looking really good. He's got gold unpluckable. He can get every single badge. We're on next gen. And yeah, hyperdrive, handles for days, Hall of Fame. Absolutely love that. I think this Rashard Lewis card has the potential to be great. I don't know how good his base is, but it is on quick. So let's go to his SIGs. Michael Jordan dribble style, Trey escape. Honestly, the rest of these SIGs don't look good, but those two SIGs are all you need to really absolutely cook on a card. And the Michael Jordan dribble style with Trae Young combo moves, I gotta see what Trae's combo moves are. Again, kind of a unique SIG, but that could be crazy. Trae Young leaner, not the easiest leaner, but it's very good once you get used to it. This card is definitely looking like one of the best small forwards in the game. The Trae escape with the Michael Jordan dribble style, if he has a good release, this card plays for sure. And for me, you're looking at these dunk styles, athletic one-handers off of one, sidearm tomahawks. Yes, this can get blocked, but you want to take off from really far away. And he's got the under basket regular for the stick dunks we talked about. This card's fantastic. This card looks fantastic. I'd be surprised if this card didn't turn out to be really good. Jalen Green. This card is really, really important because I think this is the card that determines whether or not you should lock in. Because if he's bad, then him and Shawn Marion, because Shawn Marion is going to have the Shawn Marion jumper, right? Which nobody wants that, except for Shawn Marion himself. So if this card is good, then it actually makes sense to lock in if you want one of these cards, right? If this card is not good, you're really rolling the dice on whether or not you get a good card, but we're gonna get to that in a moment. So 97 speed, absolutely elite. 98 driving dunk, absolutely elite. So here we go. This card is 6'4", 6'7" wingspan, not super great. If he had a longer wingspan and a higher standing dunk, that would not be useless on a point guard. Trust me, would not be useless on a point guard. You'd be able to stick dunk under the basket. He cannot, and look for that in future cards because that would make a difference in gameplay. Let's go to his badges. Badge wise, he looks really complete. I'm not going to name every badge. Is he missing anything? I would give him the physical handles. I'd go ahead and give him that. What's his block rating? Should he get anchor? 80 block. Yeah, definitely give him anchor. Yeah, he could definitely 94 feet on Hall of Fame, clamps on Hall of Fame, glove right stick rubber. Yeah, this card, badge and stat wise, is really excellent. 80 strength, good on a point guard. I'd put that on a shoe as well. So if you pull this card from a badge standpoint, he works. Now, animation wise, I remembered not liking his jumper, but it could be a situation where on quick his jumper is a lot better, right? So he's got that on quick. Pro 2 leaner, absolutely elite leaner. There's 3 leaners in the game that are just the top of the top. Pro 2, Kobe, Devin Booker. You have one of those 3 leaners, that's as good as it gets. Now, I do also like normal leaner, and on bigs, I think basic leaner works, but that Pro 2 is in that group. Hop jumper, normal 2, already told you guys how I feel about that, so that's great. Here we go. Devin Booker dribble style, excellent. De'Aaron Fox size up, excellent size up. Combo moves LeBron James, not my favorite. Moving crossover Kevin Durant, not my favorite. Kobe breakdown, pretty good breakdown. Not that we really use that much, but with these cards, I think it's one of those things where if a card has a really good breakdown and he doesn't have something like a good escape and he has a good dribble style, then you got to use it. You got to use the breakdown normally more than you would in rec or something like that, or for you guys in for a regular card, you can't rely on the meta sigs. You have to use what's available to the card. De'Aaron Fox with the Devin Booker is what he's relying on. Paul George escape, definitely not my favorite, although I have recently been learning to move a lot better with Paul George. Still not my favorite. Moving step back, Jimmy Butler, it's pretty good. I know some people use that actually in the rec. It's not like the most popular one, but it is good. I think he is possibly usable at point guard. I don't know if he's elite. I could be wrong about that because he has very strange sigs. The Devin Booker and the De'Aaron Fox are elite sigs. Everything else, I don't know. One thing he does have going for him, you look at these dunk packages. He has some of the most elite dunk packages in the game. This guy is a stick dunk master, right? Like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. If you're a cheese ball, this card's pretty elite. And it's just because you can just basically Devin Booker left and right with Devin Booker's dribble style and then stick dunk out of it, or Pro 2 leaner out of it. Just do that. Literally, Devin Booker left and right, Pro 2 leaner, stick dunk, and the card plays. So yeah, I'm gonna say Jalen Green, if you want him to be elite, you can make him elite. David Robinson, D-Rob. I'm going to keep it brief with D-Rob. D-Rob is still, his diamond is still playable, right? So he's a card that I'm a little surprised he's back so quickly because he was already a good card. With the pro dribble style, that's a lot. That's a lot to give D-Rob pro dribble style. This is one of the best centers in the game. Shot was already fantastic. Now it's on quick. Pro leaner, not my favorite. Basic hop jumper, not my favorite, but he's a center. So it's like, if they have those animations, great. If they don't, you just never do them. And you do what he does well. What does he do well? Well, he's got Damian Lillard size up, which is absolutely ridiculous, with pro dribble style. That's all you need. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter at all. Escape move pro, okay, pretty good on a center. Not the best escape, but you know, it works. It works well enough. Moving step back basic, absolutely hate that. Jokic moving spin. I haven't tried Jokic's spin. I definitely look at that before I put the tutorial out. And pro moving behind the back is okay. Moving crossover Zion, gotta look at that when we do the Zion review. But yeah, I mean, this David Robinson, if you get the center he plays, I think he can stand up to probably the best centers in the game because David Robinson is just one of those cards that always plays elite defense. Excuse me. He always plays way above his head on defense. Let's look at his badges real quick. Stats and badges. I mean, honestly, this card is practically a 100 from a stats standpoint, right? Like, stats standpoint, everything is in the 90s except for his dribbling, which is in the high 80s. So there's nothing to talk about from a stat standpoint. Whatever his stats are in the 80s, just put the shoe on him, and he's absolutely flawless in that regard. Going to the basket, he has everything. That bulldozer is going to go crazy. What's his layup package? Let's go back and check that out real quick. Dominant big layup package. I don't know about the dominant big layup package. Gotta look at that one. And what's important about that layup package too is the floater. Very, very important is how the floater is in that package. I definitely check that out. I want to take a look at that. He's got elite dunking six. This card might be crazy, y'all. This card might be crazy. I like that card a lot. Sean Marion. We're just going to go to one animation and one animation alone. Sean Marion on very quick. Okay. I hate his jumper. Hate it to death. What could possibly save him? If your jumper's on, and Splash talked about this in a recent video, if your jumper's on very quick, it makes your leaners much faster. And he has the Pro 2 leaner, which means he has an absolutely elite leaner. He's got Michael Jordan dribble style. That's absolutely elite. Donovan Mitchell size up. Not elite, but you can make it work. Trey escape. Absolutely elite. Absolutely elite escape. Harden moving hesitation. Definitely usable, especially with that Michael Jordan dribble style. Steph Curry crossover. Doncic behind the back. If you can play around his jumper, this card is absolutely fantastic. And when I say play around his jumper, number one, can you read the cue? Because it's on very quick. He puts the ball in front of him. It's this really weird flick. If you hate that as much as I do, it's almost a deal breaker on the card, especially in catch and shoot scenarios. But he has primary ball handler SIGs, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat that at all. These are primary ball handler SIGs. Michael Jordan with Trey escape is enough to really get moving. You know, even the pro combo moves with that Michael Jordan dribble style, you can cook with this Sean Marion 100%. The pro leaner might save him somewhat as a shooter. Let's look at those stats and badges real quick. He's got Hall of Fame Limitless, Gold Agent 3, which is upgradable. Gold Blinders, which is fantastic. I mean, every shooting badge that you could possibly want, I definitely give him Space Creator. Wait, let me see. What is his normal hop jumper? Yeah, I definitely give him Space Creator because that hop jumper is usable. Absolutely needs unpluckable. I don't know why you do this on an opal. Why an opal with those dribble sigs wouldn't have unpluckable. That's crazy. I would even consider giving him Hall of Fame handles for days if you can stomach his shooting. But yeah, Sean Marion, elite dribble sigs, elite dunking packages, right? Yeah, sidearm tomahawks. That's great. Again, it can get blocked, but it takes off from far away. So it's not perfect, but it's good things about it. Athletic one-handers off one, absolutely fantastic dunking package. And he's got under the basket regular to go with that 85 standing dunk. Throw a shoe on that. 85 standing dunk. And does he have precision dunker? He does, and it is on, where is it? Precision dunker on Hall of Fame. Fantastic. Yeah, elite dunker, elite under the basket dunker, elite dribble sigs, elite leaner, elite good hop jumper, really ugly release. So you get Sean Marion and you're like, I'm gonna make this work no matter what, you might find yourself blowing people up with this card, because there are great things about the card. I cannot write him off as a pure garbage man. Just can't do it. Kobe Bryant. This is interesting. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna look at statues badges, because the pink diamond Kobe already had everything, right? We're gonna go into the comparison here, because this is very strange to me. So when you look at the stats, nothing here matters, right? Like, he's got plus 104 stats better, but 17 of those are post hook, right? So he's and you know, like, you look across the board, yeah, he's got a 98 free throw versus a 93. Nobody cares. Shot 3-point, 98 versus 96. If you shoot with Kobe Bryant, it feels like he has a 99 3-pointer, right? Already with the pink diamond. So what is the difference between these two cards? What is the difference that matters? He's a little faster. Okay. I didn't have a problem with Kobe's speed, but he's a little faster. Cool. Badge wise, what's different? Dream Shake and Drop Stepper. Are you drop stepping with Kobe? Because I'm not drop stepping with Kobe. So you got handles for days, Hall of Fame. I mean, again, you could have given him any of that stuff, and you probably already did if you have Kobe, because you've had him for a long time, most likely. So what about the animations? All right. They are all 100% exactly the same, except his shot goes from from quick to very quick. Guys, this is the same card. This is the same card. If you don't have Kobe, big W, because he's the best shooting guard in the game. He's also the second best shooting guard in the game. And they're in the same tier. They're both in their own tier at the 2 guard. I don't think any 2 guard is still yet close to as good as Kobe Bryant. I think you can put Kobe in S+, and then put, you know, whoever you like, Scottie Pippen, on in like S tier. But Kobe's a little better than all of those other cards. This Kobe, like, Kobe Pink Diamond is closer to Galaxy Opal Kobe than any other 2 guard is to Kobe, right? So these are, for all intents and purposes, the same card. Even badge wise, they're so close. Like, I don't know. I don't understand this release with Kobe. To be honest, I feel like this is just, I don't want to get too dark here, but I think this is just using Kobe's name to like make money. Just throwing his name in here, you know? Now, again, Kobe was a lock-in, which makes him very expensive, but this Kobe, for all intents and purposes, is completely unattainable. At least Pink Diamond Kobe has a price. Galaxy Opal Kobe doesn't have a price. He could cost $1 million because it's just the odds. Right? There's no way to actually get this card unless they put him in packs. I actually haven't looked at the pack market. I'm going to do that right now, so I'm not totally irresponsible as a quote-unquote content creator. So I'm doing that on the app while I take a look. But so far as I know, there is no way to buy that Kobe Bryant outright. Although I will say there is a Prime box. Is there an option pack in the Prime box? No. Oh, there is a Pink Diamond option pack. But no, there is no way to guarantee that you can get Kobe Bryant. No way at all. So yeah, I don't understand. Like so he doesn't have a price tag. So you have an expensive Kobe Bryant that is, I'm gonna say he's exactly the same as the unattainable Kobe Bryant. That is what it is. If you already have Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna say something bold that might sound crazy. I actually think pulling this Kobe Bryant is an L if you have the Pink Diamond already, because you just pulled a card you already have that's gonna feel to you exactly the same, except his jumper is faster. But again, his jumper was already plenty fast enough. So, you know, faster than fast is not as important than faster than slow. You know, a normal jumper going to quick is way more important than a quick jumper going to very quick, especially Kobe's, which was already phenomenal. So yeah, that's weird. We're not gonna talk about James, and I'm also not gonna talk about Shaq because who cares? I mean, he's ridiculous. He still has Shaq's jumper, so if that sucks, okay, great. I'm glad, because to hell with that card. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all of these cards. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and is informed whether or not you will be pulling or doing whatever you're going to do. But the conclusion for me is it worth locking in for one of these opals? I don't know. It's tough because there's so many ifs. Jalen Green has strange SIGs. I think Rashard Lewis is a flat out W. If you get that card, fantastic. David Robinson, flat out W. If you get that card, fantastic. Sean Marion, same thing. Elite dribble SIGs, elite dunking SIGs, elite moving shots. Terrible looking release. If his release on very quick is good, then he's a dub. If you don't already have Kobe, then I would say it might be worth locking in just in terms of the opals themselves. If you do have Kobe, I think it's scary because you could lock in all that currency to get a card you basically already have, and that feels frightening. And the thing is, from the other cards, I don't think any of these cards are very good. I think all of these cards, with the exception of Marcus Smart, who might be really good for his tier, I think these are all cards you would much rather just get somebody else that you can buy. You know, like the only question mark I have is this Baron Davis. Like, he's 6'3", which I know a lot of people hate small guards, but he might feel kind of ridiculous because he's got some elite stuff going on, but it's still a 6'3" guard. Like, what are we talking about here, right? But you can spend your currency on Devin Booker, on Kawhi Leonard, Pink Diamond Paul George, Anthony Davis. In case of Marcus Smart, you know, you can get other defensive point guards out there or you can just pick up Marcus Smart himself and not lock in the set. Aldridge, I don't think is any good. Marcus Camby, meh. The Amethysts aren't saying anything to me outside of possibly Cummings and salary cap. Yeah, I don't think this is a great collection to lock in. And this is a collection where it's a real shame that you can't get the opal that you want, because I do think that Rashard Lewis and David Robinson are probably absolutely fantastic. And if you didn't have Kobe, this would be a great opportunity to grab essentially the Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant. The Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant with a slightly faster jump shot that he didn't need to be the best two guard in the game. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck out there if you're pulling packs, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.